Okay. Today, resource person. Good morning to all the participants. Today, resource person is a multidisciplinary person. Reason is expert in networking, then various programming and hardware servicing, and also experienced person. Now, I request that for giving introduction about the resource person.
Okay, sir. Very good morning to you, one and all present here. I am very glad to introduce the today's session resource person, Professor A. Arul Amalraj sir. Our resource person, Professor A. Arul Amalraj sir, has completed his BCom from St. Xavier's College, Palayamkottai, Tirunelveli in the year 2001 and MCA from Manonmaniam Sundarnar University, Tirunelveli in the year 2004 and ME in Computer Science and Engineering from Anna University, Chennai in the year 2013. He has worked as assistant professor in SCAD College of Engineering from the year 2008 to 2015. He is presently working as assistant professor in Francis Xavier Engineering College, and also he is in the system administrator for the whole college campus. We welcome you, sir, for this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all the participants, learned professors, and also I thank Dr. Ravi sir for providing this opportunity to give some little bit idea about the data analytics. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, let us all pray 1 minute silent prayer. After that, I will start the session. Tinu ma'am, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. This is today's agenda, introduction about the data analytics, then basic Python commands, and then include our own CSV file for data analytics and data analytics using K-means algorithm. If time permits, we can move on to the advanced level of data analytics. Okay. See, in the website, they are giving an definition or explanation for analytics is a systematic computational analysis of data or statistics. It is used for the discovery.
Sir,
You can
excuse me, sir.
interpretation and communication of meaningful patterns in data.
Sir, Arul Amalraj, sir, please.
What is the purpose of analytics? In the sense, we can identify.
Arul Amalraj, sir. Arul Amalraj, sir.
Any activity occurred. From that, we can interpret some of the explanations. Okay, interpret from the data. Then
Sir,
the communication. Okay.
sir, press please
Yes.
full view. Slide show full view வைங்க sir.
Yeah.
F5. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now is it okay?
Okay sir. Okay sir. Okay.
Okay. And also we can create our own patterns in the form of charts or any other media, okay, in the image processing mode, or we can pictorial representation. We can do pictorial representation. That is the main purpose we are doing the analytics process. Okay, you see the second point, it is also entails applying data patterns towards effective decision making. You see, nowadays there are so many persons are struggling with the COVID-19. Okay, from that, how to overcome these levels of pandemic situation. Okay, all those things we can do with the help of analytics. See, first I explained there is analytics. Now you see the data analytics. This is also on the same website. They are providing some explanation. Data analytics is the science of analyzing raw data in order to make conclusions about the information. The last point we discussed, that is again repeatedly they are telling the decisions or conclusions we can come to an suggestion or a decision with the data analysis. Okay, then many of the techniques and processes of data analytics have been automated into mechanical process and algorithms that work over raw data for human consumption. See, the main purpose of data analytics nowadays, all are manually we are doing so many activities. After the training given to the machine or any mechanical instrument, that automatically do the process. The same way machine learning and also the artificial intelligence, all those things are coming under the data analytics. Okay, based on that we are going to see the basics of the Python. You see, types of analytics. There are 3 types of analytics are there. The first one is prescriptive analytics. What is prescriptive analytics? Enabling smart decision based on the data, the history of data, the existing data collected by some of the persons are stored in the form of digital format. From that, we are having some prescriptive analytics to come to an conclusion that some decisions we can make. What should we do? Okay. What action we can do for overcome the situation. Okay, all those things are prescriptive analytics. Advice on possible outcomes. You can take an example. A business concern is there. They are always expecting profit, but it is not possible, or they are getting the meager amount, or they are not at all getting the profit. Means some of the institutions take on some consultant or some individual persons analyze the data. What is the problem in that business organization? From that, they will give some advice to overcome the situation. Okay, the loss, or how to get more profit from the concern. Okay, like that, there is a analytics. We can make use of the existing data. That is first point. Second point, you see, predictive analytics. Prediction is important. Okay. In all we know, if everything we can predict before, we can avoid some damage. okay, or some loss, maximum losses. There's a prediction is better than cure. We can familiarly we will say, okay, uh, we can predict some of the activities. You see, the climatic changes nowadays. The rain is not coming. Some of the places, the most of the places, they are heavily affected. Those things are previously or advancedly we can identify. Predicted means we can avoid maximum damages. We can secure the people. Like that, predicting the future based on the historical patterns. There are so many data available in the net. From that net or from that data, we can come to a conclusion based on the historical patterns. What would be what could happen? Okay, that's a question. We can answer for that question. We will avoid so many problems. See, understanding the future. Nowadays, all the students or all the young children are having huge amount of knowledge more than the older people. Okay, that means the future will be bright. The future will, they can achieve more. Like that we can predict. Okay, then the last one is the descriptive analytics. Mining data to provide business insights. We can give some idea. Okay, this is descriptive. Descriptive in the sense we can give explanations. What is required, what is not required, all those things. What has happened up to this time, what is happening, what happened, okay, what has happened. All those things are analyzed. Based on that, we can make a decision. Then insight into the past. We can see the past. The older people will say, we must remember the past days or the turning point of our life. From that, we can get the knowledge or we can get the idea to improve ourselves or myself. Okay, these are all the three types of analytics. Once again, I am repeating. First one is prescriptive analytics. Second one is predictive analytics. Third point is descriptive analytics. Then we will move on to the next. What are all the fields we are using the analytics? You see, cost reduction. In manufacturing industry, how to reduce the cost? Where the cost is occurred heavily, or what are all the unwanted or unrelated expenses we can avoid? Those things are analyzed, and based on that we can reduce the cost. Then better marketing and product analysis. What are all the products available in the market? How we can market our own products in the next level, or how to do the marketing in the innovative way. Nowadays, all the marketing are done based on the internet or social media, that is digital marketing. How much they are earning, all you people know. You are all expert members. We all know, we are all seeing the marketing strategies. All those strategies are based on the data analytics. Okay, how they are marketing. Then organization analysis. Any organization that is profit oriented or service oriented, any organization, they must analyze the data based on the process, how we can improve or how to go further or the next level. All those things are based on the analysis. You see, Each and every day, the learned people, we are learning. There is no end for learning. How we are learning? You people are, I'm seeing some of the video on people, they are all very experienced people, are experienced learned professors. I'm having the opportunity to give some idea about the data analytics to you people. Yeah, I'm very much thankful for God for providing the opportunity. See, all those organizations, education industry or any other organization, the data analytics is important. Okay. The same way, faster, better decision making. Nowadays, all the organizations, they are having some data analytics persons. There are so many varieties of jobs are there. They are analyzing the data and they are giving the idea to take decisions immediately, faster and better decision. That is important. All are taking decisions. All the decisions are best decisions or better decisions. Is it going for the achievement or profit, or the aim is achieved? That is a question mark. That's why all the organization, they are expecting better decisions using the data analytics persons. Okay. I don't want to make so many theory part. We will go on to the importance of data analytics. Predict the customer trends and behaviors. Okay, the companies, each and every organization, they are predicting the customers based on the behaviors, what we are buying, what is the need for a customer. All those things are analyzed. See, analyze, interpret, and deliver data in meaningful ways. They are analyzing and interpreting the data and deliver the data who needs, and it will give the meaningful idea. That is important. Then increase the business productivity. We can increase the profit from the business organization. That is also very much important. Then drive effective decision making. All the analysis or analytics is come to a conclusion in the effective decision. We have to take an effective and the best decision to achieve the goal. Then you see, now we are going to analyze using the Python. There is a software, all you know. Python is a product of Python Software Foundation, a non-profit organization. That's why free of cost we are getting the open source. That holds the copyright. They are having the copyright. They're not providing us. But they are expecting fund from the who are all willing to provide the funds. Okay, they are getting. The latest version is Python 3.9.0. That is October 5th they are released Python 3.9.0. The first level of release is Python 2.0.1, June 22nd, 2001. Okay, that's introduction. We can report the bug. There are so many supporting Python products are there. Python bug tracker. Is there any problem in the Python? We can give the idea, or we can give the solution for that. They will track the problem, and they can also provide some solution. Then you see, yesterday also I saw the program, that is the video or a PPT. There is a Google Colab. Already you experienced the Google Colab. That's why I'm giving some idea. Then I can explain some of the commands. After that, we will move to the practical session. You see, there is a commands line. If you want to give commands in the Python programming in between, we can just press hash. We can type the entire sentence or in word. Okay, that is the single line comments. Then second one is multiple line. In all the programming languages, in Java or C, C++, anything, there is a possibility of giving command lines. There is an explanation or some idea, remembrance. We can give some information. That is multiple lines of code is command means we can provide the triple single quote or double quote we can put. That means multiple lines can be make it as a command that is not executed during the program execution. Single or double quote can be used. Okay. Then you see there are so many data types. Primitive data type, there is a variable 10, that is for integer. You can assign the value. No need to give the explicit declaration in Python. Okay, there is no need. In C or C++ or Java, we have to give the explicit declaration. Here, that is implicit. Automatically, it will consider if you are giving the number, it automatically take it as integer. If you are giving the string, automatically make it as string. Okay. If it is in a single quote or double quote, take it in the same way, string. If you are giving the fractional value, that is 123.4.8 or anything, dot something, it automatically take it as a float. And also another one type is there. You can give 23 plus 56j, that is class complex. There is another one data type. You see here, if you are giving true or false, make it as a boolean. Then the same way, B space, there is no space, B within quotes some numbers means it automatically take it as a bytes. Okay, these are all the primitive data types available in Python. Okay, and then list and tuple and dictionary. There are three another more important data types where we can use some of the keywords. That is also important. List means we can give list of values. There is no restriction for data type. List in the sense there is no same data type. If you are seeing in the array in C, C++ or Java, array means sequence of values in the same data type. If it is in the class, that is multiple data types are there. That's why Python is an object-oriented programming language. So list contains all varieties of data. You can give any number of data within the square bracket. That is list. It will accept and it will make it as a data. Okay, data storage. It automatically stores in a memory list underscore 1, or there is a place we can give the name, list name, user defined name. There is not a predefined one, list underscore 1. I am giving some name, or list 1 or list 2 you can give. Okay, if you are giving the print list command, it automatically will print all the elements available in the list. Then length of the list, how many values stored in the list. You see, if you are giving the command, it automatically give the output 6. Okay, there are 6 values. There is a two numerical values 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. String one string is available, one float value is there, one boolean is there, one class complex is there. Totally 6 it will display. Then I want to add one more element in the list. I can add list underscore one dot append. Within the brackets, we can give the value. Okay, these are all the basic commands available in the list. Now we will move on to the Google Colab, and you can also practice. I'm giving the entire screen, and step by step I am also executing the commands.
Sir, some are asking the question, Arul Amla sir.
Yeah.
Some are asking the question in the chat box. Then and there you view the chat box, sir. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will give the detailed explanation in the here also. That is why we can execute each and every command. We can command is executed. Okay. Yeah. Some of the persons familiar with Python. Okay, don't mistake me. I can give the explanation, and also I will give the basic commands. After that, we will move on to the advanced level. You see. This is my own program executed in the previous days. I practiced. Okay, if you want to give the, you can type Google Colab. If you are already logged in the Google Chrome already, you can just type Google Colab. It automatically move to the window, particular window. You can have the name untitled.ipython np or any name, it automatically display. You can change the name, or otherwise you already entered, I think yesterday you practiced, means you are having the yesterday's program. You can just click the file menu. Are you able to see the screen what I am doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, you can click on the file, new notebook. You can select new notebook. From that it will come as a new one. It will take to 1 minute time to load the file. See, this is a file untitled one.ipynp notebook. Okay, you can change the name, rename. You can rename whatever you want. You rename it. Then now we can start the program. Okay, if you want to print anything, you just type print in bracket. You can give the statement. And answer control. If you want to run the command, sorry, command, not command, command, you can press Shift Enter. Okay. Everybody got it? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Yeah. This is the first, there is some simple print command. What I put it in the PPT, once again I am putting here also, variable name. You can give your own name. That's not at all a problem. Okay. I'm giving some name. PAR, variable underscore 1 equal to 10 or 100, whatever it is, you can give. It automatically assigns. Then I want to see the variable value, means I can give print command. It will print. I want to see the data type. I already told you where underscore 1 equal to 10 or 100 I can assign, means it automatically take it as integer. Is it true? I have to confirm. Type of where underscore 1. Now you see it automatically tells integer. I didn't mention anywhere anything in the command. Okay, I didn't mention here integer variable 1 equal to 100. I didn't mention it, but it automatically take it as integer. The same way, once again I am giving the command variable 2. I am giving some string value. See here, and once again I'm asking the here you see string automatically tells. You can copy the command and you can use it. You can just change the variable name. This is also double, I put it double quotes. This is also saying the same string. Okay. If it is single quotes or double quote, there is not at all a problem. That is, it automatically take it as a string. This is float. I value 3.14. I put it, I assigned PI. Here you see type of PI equal to automatically displays float. Any question? Yes, here I will provide all the codings. No need to install any libraries. Automatically it will come.
Your slide is not visible.
I didn't put slide, ma'am. Entire screen. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah. The comment is visible to you?
Sir, we are practicing also parallelly. It's very much visible.
You practice it. Okay, that's very good.
Sir, actually, just had one doubt. If I can interrupt you, I have never, studied much about Colab. So, can you just brief in one line what is Colab all about? Because I wasn't knowing anything about this.
Yeah, Colab is the Google providing cloud environment. We are practicing the Python programming.
So, that means because I do not have much hold on Python, I do not know much about it. So, we generally install Anaconda and all these IDEs. So, are we trying to say that by using Colab, we do not need anything as such? We can directly run all programs or do programming using Colab?
Yes. Already all the supporting packages are included in the Colab. That's why no need to install anything. Anaconda is separate application. That is, we have to install all those things. Here, everything is already available in the cloud environment.
Okay, sir. So are we trying to say that, no need to have software as such? We can directly run on the cloud, Google Cloud. We can execute our programs and no need to install any packages also, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, if you are importing, automatically all the packages will import. Yeah, we will move on to the next advanced level. I can elaborate it.
Fine. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Shall we continue the next command?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Here you see some help file also. It automatically give you some help support. If you are typing the variable name, automatically it displays what are all the variables available or functionalities available in the starting letter V. You can select from that. C complex. If you are while typing, is there any error? It automatically tells. You see, I typed instead of type command, I put it tube. Okay, that's why it gives some error. I can change it, and once again I will execute a boolean. Okay, these are all the type available, and then we are moving to lists. List is the keyword. That's why I'm giving some other name. List underscore 1 equal to square bracket. If you are putting like this, it will create an empty list. Okay. Okay, there is no data available in the list. Now I am going to assign some data. Are able to understand the list too? There are values assigned. There is an integer value, then string value, float value, and bytes value, and boolean value. Again, I am giving the float value and boolean value. Okay. I want to see the lists. Print the lists. See, it will display all the values as it is. Okay. You see the command, that is a square bracket. Within the square bracket, we can give all the values. Then I want to see the length of the len. This object is underscore 2. 7. You count it, so one values are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. 7 values. Is there any doubt up to this? These are all basic
No, sir.
commands. Yeah. Okay. Okay, if you want to know any command that is not the syntax is not aware, means we can ask help. We can help is available. Help. What command you need help? You can type the command within the bracket. It automatically tells. print, there is a print, we can give the arguments or without argument, what it will do, all those things will come.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, we have any library to see all the commands, sir. We can see, like in R programming, we can see the packages on the right hand side,
Yes.
just below the environment. Can we have such a platform in this also that we can see all the packages and all the commands?
You can. It is already stored in the Google Drive.
Okay.
We are unable to see the packages. Yeah. What are all the packages we need? We can include. We can import. Okay, there is a command called import. If you want to import pandas, means we can import pandas. We can give space and we can give object name. Okay, what are all the? It is not like R programming. It will display the right hand side and all the packages.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, this is about help. We can move on to the next list. Yeah, we can add some value in the existing list. Okay, how to add? There is a command called append. You all know. You want to add a list to you see, after pressing the dot, it gives some all the functionalities available in the list. We can add append. Append means we can add additional values. Clear means existing data, all the data will be cleared. Copy means we can make a copy of that existing data. We can count how many number of values or how many number of particular value. I can give true within the bracket means it will count how many trues are available in the existing data. Like that, all those functionalities are there. We can see one by one. Okay, now it is append. After append, we have to give the new value. If I am going to add some numbers, if it is multiple numbers, means we can just separate it by comma. Function means automatically it will come open bracket. Within that bracket, we have to give this command. Now you see, we added the values. Is it added or not? We have to confirm it. You see here, the new value is added. Are you able to understand? Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, list 1 is already empty. I am copying the existing list to our new list. Okay, I can put the list score 3 equal to okay. List 3 is the new variable, new name. I can copy all the values from list 2. Copied. Once again, I'm printing the list 3. Print the list 3. See, the same value available in the list 2 is printed here because it is copied. I want to count list 3. You have to give the value. There is a count what? Argument. One is available in 1. Okay. How many times are it repeated? I'm giving true. True also, one time it is available.
Sir,
Yes.
excuse me, sir. Sir, if it is true, sir, there are 4 alphabets. It is not counting on alphabet.
It
Like true.
It will ask, take it as a whole value. That is, string means it will make the whole string available.
Okay, okay. Sir, if it is true, comma false, then it will count 2. That means.
Are you not feeling well, Rishi?
2 times we are putting 2 times it will count. Yeah, I will give you some other example.
Okay, sir.
You are not
Thank you, sir.
well.
Thank you.
I added some of the values. Once again, I am counting. Okay.
हे आपल्यापेक्षा मागे आहेत. हे आपल्यापेक्षा मागे आहेत म्हणजे. होय. स्टॅटिस्टिक्स युजिंग पायथन म्हटलं. दाखवायला काय लिस्ट कशी तयार करायची, आपली कसं करायचं, काउंट कसं करायचं. बाकीचे पण सगळे इकोसाठी तेच तर प्रॉब्लेम झाला. कसं झालंय, बाहेरचे जे एक्सपर्ट बोलले त्यांनी, बाहेरचे जे एक्सपर्ट बोलले ते चांगले आहेत. त्यांची इन हाऊसचे एक्सपर्ट
Okay, wait a minute. I will give you the detailed explanation. Okay, this
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you have added as all the elements in a single list and you made it as list within a list. That's why you will not be getting an answer. What you can do it, you can add as an individual element in a list.
That's why I cleared everything. But this once again, it
You should not give it in a square bracket, sir. You should not give it in the append statement in the line number 42. When you use an append function, you can give only one function. If you want to add more than one element, you should give it as a list. So try to remove that all the elements and give as a one value without square brackets.
Yeah. Okay. And that means we can add only one true. Yeah.
One value.
Yeah.
One value. Either true or you can keep on adding one element.
Yeah. Yes.
If you do that, if you re-execute that line, you will have a true as an individual element. It gets appended in the list.
Yeah. Once again, it is true.
You can see the list 3, sir, content of the list 3. Now see that at the end you may have one single element which is true.
Yeah, that is only one display. Okay, we will create another list and we can explain it in clearly. Okay. Yeah, now you see two trues are there. You can see the true. You can count another any one value. The count false means you give one. You count the string. We'll give 2. Yeah. This is the answer. Let's count. Okay. Anything. Yeah. You can pop and remove a comment. How to pop list. If you give without any mentioning any value, it automatically removes the last element. Okay, the last element is string. You can see the string is removed. One string is removed. If you are mentioning any value, this list underscore 4. Two values are there true. Which value will go? It automatically takes the pop means the last value, the second true will remove, and first true automatically it will be there. Once again you are giving the same, it automatically removes the existing one. Okay, if it is in the first value or in the last place, that's not a problem. It will remove the pop means it automatically removes the last value. Here I am giving true. Once again you will see. Only one string is there. The pop, it automatically removes the last from the last. Okay. If you are giving true or false, it take it as a last value. Okay. Then we will move on to the next level. That is pop command. Reverse. There is a list 2 is available. You can take it that list. List underscore 2 dot reverse. Will give the value, all the values in the reverse order. That's all. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is another list is there. In the last, it automatically moves to the first. Then all the remaining things are reverse. Okay. Okay, these are all the. Okay, then the slicing of the lists. How to slice? There are a number of values available in the list. How to slice it? You can see. The list 2. How many values are there? All values are there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 38. Okay, some 8 values are there. From second value, there is index number 2. Okay, 0, 1, 2. Index number 2, 100 is starting. From the 7th index. Okay, string is available. Totally 8 values are there. I make it a simple one. There is a second index from 7th index. That's why it shows 100, true, B 124 and 3.14 and a string 123. Okay, these are all the values here. Then you want anything from the last, you can put the list underscore 2 in the bracket. I don't want the starting value. I can give the ending value only. Okay, up to 5. It automatically gives the. This is you see the list underscore 2. There is a variable name. From that starting point colon ending point. From where to where it will display. You can slice like that. If I want to give some minus value, you see -3, what it will do? What happened? Starting from last 3 values, not necessary. Okay, that's why I left the last 3 values. The same way, starting letter also we can put -3 or -2. That's 4. First 4 values should not be displayed. The remaining things will be displayed. Okay, I think lists everybody understood easily. Then tuples. Once again the same, another one value is there. This is also like a list, but it is the bracket, square bracket. We are putting the opening close ordinary brackets. Okay, and also there is a difference. We can change or we can add additional elements in the list, but in tuples we are unable to change. Okay, we can concatenate 2 different tuples, but there is we are unable to change the values. Okay, there is only one difference, and also the brackets are different. Okay, tuples, you can print the tuples. Okay, these are all the things. Very simple only. Okay, now you can move on to the dictionary. Okay, how we are making it as a dictionary. Dictionary also another one type that is also different. It is like a curly brace. Okay, you can put the curly brace, and also we have to give some primary value and the value. There is 1 equal to Apple, 2 means iPhone, 3 means there is a meaning. In the dictionary, there is a value. I'm having on dictionary in that A for some meaning. Okay, A for apple or B for ball, like that. Some words are there, some meaning is given for those words. Like that, here we have to assign. See, Apple to iPhone 3. Okay, MacBook. If you want to update any value in the dictionary, you can add. Dictionary. Add. Now you print the dictionary means it automatically gives the first one world. Okay. How we are giving? Adding means there is no append command. Directly we are giving the value, the fifth element square within square bracket equal to world. Okay, it automatically move to the older place, existing value. Okay, this is all about that is dictionary. Then loops and conditional statements, how we are working it out. Okay, there is a program I prepared. See, number, okay, num equal to 2. If num percentage 2, all you know, that is a modulus function. The remainder is 0, the number is even. If it is the remainder is 1 or something, the value, it won't say print the value as it is. Okay, this is the command. Num equal to 2, if num percentage 2 equal double equal to, there is equals means numerical values. You have to compare both the values. You have to put double equal to. There is a colon. Okay, there is a conditional statement. From that, there is a print statement. Okay, now I am executing it. Okay, num equal to 2. That's why it automatically tells the number 2 is even. Print the value. Okay, once again it will print the value. If the next command, there is a next instruction is not given means it will give the value only. You see, if it is a even number or odd number, I can change the value 5. It will happen. It won't print anything. Okay. I want to add this line also. Then it will. You see here the indentation is important. Okay. If the print command, print statement is, there is no need of curly brace. The print statement is available here. It won't print anything. You see, it automatically take it as the 2 print statements are for the if condition. Like that it shows. If you are removing the indentation, it automatically accepts the print statement is for normal. Okay, normal statement. After if condition, it will print. Do you know the difference? Anybody needs additional explanation? If more than one line comes means we have to put automatically in the C, C++ or Java programming, we will put the curly brace. But here it is not necessary. The indentation itself tells the program this is for this if condition. Okay, that's the concept. Okay. Then next, once again the same value. We are going to give the user input. It will ask you to give the input. Okay, print enter a number, or it will give input. the user wants to give the input means we can assign like this, number equal to int. Here we are explicitly declaring integer. Okay, the value must be integer. You see, I'm executing it. It will ask you enter the number. If you are giving any number only, it will accept and it will run the next line. See, the number is odd. I'm giving 6. Press enter, it automatically the given number is even. Are you able to follow me?
Professor?
Yes, yes,
Professor?
I will send you the code. Okay, okay. Sure, sure. Yeah,
Professor, Professor, last
Ah.
5 minutes, sir.
5 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, I will explain some of the k-means algorithm. That means see, this is only one command. There is a last 5 minutes means I will explain. This is important. We have to add our own data to manipulate, or we can see some of the points. Means import pandas as PD. Okay, this is the object name. We can give whatever you want. Import pandas as PD. Then import matplot library, that is lib.pyplot as PLT. You can give your own name. And this is important. These are all the packages available in the NumPy package. Okay. Then Seaborn, that's also one package. These are all the packages available within the GoLab. Okay. Just you can import all the packages. I will put it in the chat box also. If somebody needs a code. Okay. Then press simply press shift enter. It automatically all the packages are imported. Okay. Yeah, imported everything. Here on CSV file, I want to add one CSV file to my process. Okay, analysis process. I want analytics process. So I am going to add. There is a command customer. There is a new variable name equal to PD. That is pandas dot read underscore CSV. I want to read a file from the drive, Google Drive. This is not my Google Drive. This is the trainer's Google Drive. They gave some name. Okay. Once again, I am giving from my own drive. I am having one CSV file in my own drive. That's why I am adding from google.golab. You just remember, this is very, very important. You can type this command. Okay. In your, I will put it in the chat box. You type this command in the Google Colab. It automatically asks you one link. Okay, it will show you one link. From that link, you click on that. It will move to the sign-in page. From that, you can copy the key. It will give you one key. Okay, you copy that key and paste it on the particular place. It shows you one in a text box. Okay, it will show you one text box. From that, you paste that key. Are you able to understand? Everybody type the two values, two comments. Okay, two comments in the Google Colab. It will show you one link. Okay, you click on that link. That is an important point for adding your own CSV file from your Google Drive. You can import all the CSV files from your own Google Drive. Everybody got it? will give you mounted at that drive name. Then you can give one variable name, customer1 equal to pd.read_csv. From that, you can give the path, content/drive/my drive. My drive M capital and space is there, D also capital. Google always keeping the same capital, first letter capital. Then you can, is there any CSV file available in your drive? You can mention that file name, mall_customers.csv. If it is in capital letter, you can mention capital as it is. Okay. Then you can just press shift enter, it automatically included. There is an error. You see, this is the authentication key it is asking. And this is the key. Paste it, press enter. Okay. Now my drive is mounted. Okay, it displays. Okay. The command is executed or not, or it automatically fetched from the database. We can see. We can print the customer. Just to type the customer, automatically it will display. You see all the data displayed. Yes.
Sir, please wind up, sir. You answer the chat box questions. Some participants.
What is about the drive mount means we are in Linux. We can see the mount command. We are linking our drive to Google Colab. Okay, we are taking the value or database available in the CSV file available in the drive into Google Colab. We are importing. We are linking. We are creating the link. Which purpose library Seaborn is used? We can see in the next level the chart. We can put the charts in the up and downs. It is like waves. We can see, and we can some marks also there. I will show you the PPT. It is I will put it in the PPT. The last slides. This is already plotting. Then, yeah, okay, means this type of charts and other. It is like a sea waves. Okay, you can put it in the net. It will show you. It is like a MATLAB diagram. Okay, MATLAB chart will show you. That is the purpose we are using Seaborn. You can see both the things are important. Matplot or Seaborn, all the things are we are for using for analytics purpose. Yes, I will share that PPT. It is also available in the organizers. They can also share.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir.
Which means alternate.
Okay, PPT I will upload in the Google Classroom. Already I received the PPT. Okay, thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir. For a nice practical session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for patient listening and asking so many questions. Thank you. It will help me to improve more, and thank you all.
Okay, just a minute. Stop recording.